I did a story about Gwendolyn Smith. I just posted that video a couple hours ago, or maybe an hour ago, I'm not quite sure, but I just posted it, and I posted it today. So she had a court hearing today, and so this is like a kind of a update, and I did say I would try to keep up with this story. So now, a woman accused of shooting attorneys in Raleigh to be held with no bond on attempted murder charges. So first I am going to go through this article and a story by John Dowding. And we're going to listen to this video, and then I'm going to go over to YouTube, and we're going to see an updated video by the same gentleman that I used his video in my last video. So he went to the court hearing, and he's giving an update from his perspective. But for now, we're going over here to this news reporting. And I'm going to read a little bit. The woman accused of shooting two attorneys in downtown Raleigh on Friday made her first court appearance Tuesday morning in Wake County. Gwendolyn White, 57, is facing attempted murder charges after authorities say she left a court hearing, retrieved a gun, and shot two lawyers in an alleyway outside of the courthouse. Now, during her first appearance, the judge told White that she faces a maximum of 393 months in prison for each of the two attempted murder charges. She was appointed a public defender, and she'll remain in jail without bond. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get into the video.
Well, Steve, there's now questions about whether she's able to proceed in this case. Her attorney is asking for a judge to have...
Hold on, I'm going to start over from the beginning.
Well, Steve, there's now questions about whether she's able to proceed in this case. Her attorney is asking for a judge to have White evaluated after he says she made some concerning statements to him, including one statement where she claims she has no memory of Friday's shooting. Days after chaos broke out in downtown Raleigh following a shooting, the woman who police say pulled the trigger faced a judge. Gwendolyn White faces 2 counts of attempted murder. She appeared in person inside a Wake County courtroom today, walking slowly and not uttering a single word. The court appointed her an attorney, and that attorney filed a motion to determine whether she's able to proceed in the case. According to the motion filed Tuesday, she told her attorney she has, quote, no memory of Friday's shooting. The attorney said White told him she had a, quote, long-standing dispute with the Roseville Police Department. Court documents say she told her attorney, quote, she was demanded to provide schematics of the Pentagon to the police department. She went on to tell her attorney she faced constant threats and says she and her now late mother were poisoned because she did not hand them over. White came to court Friday for a hearing involving a claim she filed against the Roseville Police Department. In 2022, she asked for police body camera video of a 2021 incident involving a dispute she had with neighbors. White got that video in January 2026, and a judge then dismissed the case. Raleigh police say after that hearing is when she went to her car and got a gun and then shot 2 attorneys who represented the town of Roseville for the case. Those attorneys are expected to be okay. White has posted for several years on social media about alleged elder abuse she says her mother faced for years. Now, White is due back in court here in Wake County next month, and if convicted, she faces more than 60 years behind bars. Steve, Lauren.
Yeah, John, you've been following the story since it was breaking news on Friday. You were there as Gwendolyn White was in court today. Mental competency is obviously part of this and what her lawyers are suggesting. What are your observations about her state of mind there in the courtroom today?
Well, first of all, we were surprised just how quickly the case went today. This hearing went today. Usually we learn some more details about the facts of what happened, what may have led up to any given incident we're in court for. We didn't get any new details. She was very quiet while she was in court. She didn't speak at all, even really to her attorney. I didn't see her speak to her attorney at all. She also walked in very slowly, kept her head down. And again, she was only in the courtroom for maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. So a very short appearance in front of this judge today. We'll just have to see what comes out of this motion and what they determine when she returns to court in about a month or so.
So that is the story right there. Well, I got two things out of this. Now they're going to do a competency hearing for her. I think the woman, she's just beyond stressed out. And number two, with this news story, it's so it's like a sanitized version, as they didn't include any of the details that we talked about in my first video that I posted, and what that other guy was talking about all the things that she was going through and had to endure for years. And of course, they didn't mention the trouble that she kept having with her neighbors. So I'm going to switch over here again to Taylor House Publishing. This is where I first learned of the story, and this is where I got it from the first time. So I'm going to switch over there right now, and we're going to hear the story from his perspective, because he's been following the case, and I believe he did attend her hearing today, and so I believe he will speak on that. Now I watched a little bit of the video, but I did not watch the entire video so far, but I'm going to watch it now with y'all.
Accused of shooting two lawyers outside the Wake County Courthouse facing a judge for the first time.
John Dowding is live in Raleigh. John, you were in the courtroom for today's hearing. What happened?
Well, Barbara, Amber, just as a reminder to everyone at home, right behind me here, this is where shots rang out on Friday and all the chaos broke out leading up to this court case that we were in the courtroom for earlier today, just steps away from us. Now, Gwendolyn White appeared in court today, that hearing happening in less than a few minutes. She was appointed an attorney. We didn't learn any major new details about what happened behind me here on Friday, but take a look at this video. This is the moment that Gwendolyn White faced a judge earlier today. She walked into the courtroom slowly. Now, she did not say anything, though, at all while in the courtroom. Her attorney obstructing our main view of her. The hearing got moved up today, earlier in the day today. She was originally set to appear this afternoon. We know White came to the old Wake County Courthouse Friday asking a judge to retry a claim she filed against the Rolesville Police Department. Now, she asked for body camera video of a 2021 incident involving a dispute she had with neighbors. Now, White got that video in January, and a judge dismissed the case. And Raleigh police say then White became belligerent in court on Friday during a hearing and left the courtroom. Police say she went to her car, got a gun, and then shot two attorneys who represented the town of Rolesville in that case. Now, those attorneys are expected to be okay. White has posted for years on her social media about elder abuse claims she says her mother has faced for years. Now, White is being held she's currently being held on no bond. She's due back in court in June. And also, just a lot of new details. We're waiting to learn more, and we'll update you on air and online as well.
Yeah, we should have been there real early. When I seen that 1:30, I knew something was wrong with that. When I seen that 1:30 time, I knew something was wrong with it. I said 1:30, first appearance. We started to be there early this morning. I'm with my boy Richard Taylor. Y'all know. Shut them down. And they know. Trust me, they know. They know they playing with fire. They gonna start something they don't want to start. Because y'all done did this lady wrong all this long. And then y'all playing with the people now. Because y'all knew the people was gonna show up for that lady today. 10 toes down for that lady today. Free that lady. Get that lady a bun.
So glad that someone showed up in support of Gwendolyn. That is just so awesome, and keep it up. Don't let up now. I believe it's just starting, and keep it up.
Them lawyers live. Everybody else I know that.
And I think she have a public defender. Where is the attorneys that can actually do something that can make an impact, that can make an influential difference in this case? Because I believe this is what is needed from what I am hearing so far, and so that is what I am going after off of, because I just found out about this story today. So I am a bit sympathetic towards her for a couple reasons. Number one, because she's black and she's a single woman. I think she said, what, 57 years old. Her mom was 90 years old. And I don't want to say assumedly, what is that word I'm looking for? But anyway, it has been said that she was facing elderly abuse when she was her mother, when she was removed from under Gwendolyn's care and placed in a nursing facility, and she wasn't getting the proper care, the nursing care. So right now she has passed away at the age of 90, and it is believed that is because of the care that she was receiving, that she continued to deteriorate and deteriorate and deteriorate. So now Gwendolyn is just going through this, and she's at her wit's end. That's what I feel, because now she's acting out. I think she's about to snap. Well, I think she did snap when she tried to unalive those two attorneys when she went to get that weapon, and the way that the public defender just right off the back, I believe we already know what he's going after, uh, incapacitated defense. And so that's what and that's what I'm gathering so far. And I don't think he's going to put a lot in it, because she's up against a system. She's up against a wicked system, against people that have some kind of power in the community, some evil power, underlying power, because her neighbors was the KKK. Okay, so let me stop talking and let's get back into the video.
They got attempted murder charges, get a bond, get tapped on their head. They the system. She poked them. What you think?
I kind of figured, that's why I wanted to be there like early. I knew probably this would be too late. I really wanted to be there at 9 in the morning just to be able to be walking around, because with these cases, that's how they do. They'll say one time, and then they'll change it, like right there. Okay, well, nah, I got court at 10. Nah, they bring you out now. Well, I pulled at court at 11. They gonna wait. So I think that was a tactic to make sure that nobody was able to support her. So.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's good. You know what I'm saying?
And these are the shirts that the lady I was with, Miss Quala Blackwell, who has been communicating with Miss Gwen for the past year, and also with their family as she's going through this ordeal. So these are the shirts that we were going to wear. You saw that was about a couple of hours ago, where we were on the way to the Raleigh courthouse. And she got a message from someone saying that the hearing was over. Now, it was posted. It was on the e-courts that she would be appearing in court at 1:30. And as I stated in the video, something told me, my spirit told me to just be there at 9 o'clock. And just wait in that courtroom, because this is how they are trying to isolate this woman, make her feel alone, and keep her separated from those who may want to support her. We all know yesterday her Facebook page was taken down. As that news man mentioned on her Facebook page, there was documented evidence of all of these things happening to her and her mother. But that has been removed. So now they are trying to paint her as this crazed lady. Now, if you look at that picture, she looks somewhat mentally disturbed, which I'm sure she is. I
wouldn't say that she looked mentally disturbed. Not to me. She just looked like she's going through something. She This is not a mentally disturbed look. It just looked like she's just going through something heavy and like she's praying like, Lord, please get me through this. Please give me the strength to go on. I'm sorry for what I did, Lord, but just be with me. Give me strength to get through this, Lord. You see what I'm going through. That's what I'm getting from it. I'm not getting no mental disturbance here.
In this jail. Now, but how do you go from this right here to this right here? This right here, a professional woman with 6 master's degrees, I think, financial auditor, filing lawsuits against these people, to this.
Yeah, she's definitely stressed out. I mean, everything that she have been going through that I have that I've learned so far from this case. She has endured a lot, and so this is a lot of mental stress that she's mental and emotional stress. And I don't know if she even had the time to properly mourn the loss of her mother first and foremost. And she have the loss of her mother, and on top of that she's have to deal and going through with this situation. And don't forget that she was living, I believe she was still living next door to the KKK neighbors. So, and I'm wondering if she was getting, well, it says she was getting threats, I believe, if she was getting any kind of harassment of phone calls and things like that, because we know this. Wow. Okay, let's get back to the video.
You guys cannot tell me that they are trying to create a narrative and trying to separate her from those who may want to support her. Now, once again, when she comes out in court, that was my plan, to at least be there so she can see that she has some support. And that was, Qualler's plan, who's been sharing a lot of the documentation as well. And there, from what I understand, there were other people coming at 1:30 to show their support. Once again, not advocating anything she done was right, but every time a white person kills a black man, think about George Zimmerman, who raised over like $1 million when he killed the 17-year-old boy. Pink people came out for him in droves and supported him. We can go with Darren Wilson, Derek Chauvin, the racist lady at the Dippin' Dots in Wisconsin raised $100,000 or $500,000 because she lost her job. So there is nothing wrong with supporting someone. As the scripture says, remember those who are in prison as if it were you yourself. And so that is my goal. My main goal for going is, once again, just to show support, because I've also been in those situations where it's just you, them jailers, the courts, judge, the DA, and that punk court-appointed attorney. And he even tried to shield her from the camera, even though there was nobody in the room. So this is a common tactic that they use to try to isolate her. They've already painted the picture or started the narrative of mental health issues. So now, being she's in that jail, they're showing deranged looking pictures of her like that. Then, of course, if something so-called happened to her, oh yeah, she was, remember, she had 37 calls and she had mental health issues.
Yeah, and I'm also thinking if they put her like on any antipsychotic medication, I would be very careful about taking those, because who knows what they giving her. They might try to take her out, just to keep from just to prevent the things that they did from coming to light, because evidently there's a lot of things that has been done and is being done in the dark. So let's keep Gwendolyn in our prayer, and I pray for her strength, because it looked like she really needed. She just looked so alone. It just, can you just imagine you living your entire life and everything is okay, and then you get up in your years and then you have to deal with something just drastic. This is like a life-changing situation, and I'm sure she didn't go to bed and wake up and say, well, I'm going to do take someone's life today. She really just have to be at her wits end from what she was going through, and I don't know the support that she had before, prior to the incident that landed her in jail, when she was on the outside and just keeping Facebook updated and letting the people know what was going on. Was she getting support then? Who was in her corner then? Why are you waiting to after the fact when she's behind bars to call for this support? And I don't want to say too much because, like I said, I just found out about the case today. So, like I said, I don't know what type of support that she had prior to her being arrested, to her going through what she did to land her in the situation that she's in now. I stated in my first video, and I'm going to state again, you should have been there from the beginning supporting this woman. She should have a network of people around her that would protect her from herself. If they seen that she was going down another road and getting so totally frustrated with the situation, they should have been there to lift her up and lead her in another direction. Don't support a person after the fact. Support them as they going through, because you may be the one who can prevent something like this um, happening, to the extent that it did. Now, it's a blessing that those two attorneys did not lose their lives, but look at where she is now. So support people from the beginning. Don't go after the fact. After the fact is fine. It may be okay, but it's not okay in the sense that maybe perhaps if she did have that network of support, that she wouldn't be sitting behind bars and having a public defender come out, and the first thing out of his mouth is, well, she may have a mental health issue, so I would like to have her evaluated. That's unnecessary, because evidently the woman is very intelligent with all the degrees that she had, and she was very beautiful, and for her to end up in this situation is something to think about. Is really something to think about. You never know. Life is so funny. It just takes turns and turns and turns. And one minute you waking up going to work and you have a beautiful life. The next minute you behind bars.
Look at her in court, aren't she? But they are really literally trying to break that woman's spirit. And that's why the spirit told me to get up and go and support her, for court. But
Why didn't the spirit tell you to support her from the beginning? What's going on?
there's another thing as well that Koala has been pointing out, that they are keeping her from phone usage as well as email usage, and they're allowing her to have money on her books for like canteen and everything like that. But the phone and the email, they are denying her of that. Why? Why are they trying to isolate this woman and break her spirit? And if you don't know the case, there have been horrific photos going around of her mother. She has posted very documented evidence of judicial misconduct and misgivings in the court system. And we have a mammy lawyer. I'm just going to call it what it is. We're going to break her video down yesterday, that said that she withdrew from the case on the day of the shooting in the courtroom and left her in there to fight those evil, wicked agents of the system or actors of the system, like that lawyer put it, by herself. And so
Yeah, that's what I said. She definitely is going against the system. So we need a lawyer that is familiar with the system, know how to dig into the system, have that ends that can get in there and talk the same language that they're talking because he know what's going on within that system. So it's a system within the system fighting against the system. All right. So she definitely needs some proper representation.
her next date is June 15th. Best believe, soon as the court doors open, I'm going to be there, just sitting and waiting, because this woman needs somebody, to know that she is not alone, that we have heard her, we have seen her plight, and we are not going to let these people create a negative narrative or a false narrative of that she's just some crazy deranged lady that woke up and decided to shoot two attorneys out of the blue. That's not what we're going to do. And so I am going to put some information in the description box. That information was posted from a.
Okay, and so what I will do, I will take his video and I will put that in my description. So if you want to go over there and get the information that he's talking about, you're welcome to do so.
A page of a lady who was in contact with her as far as her family's concerned. And, there's going to be some information on, how to donate, how to help. And, if you want to contact, the family or their liaisons in order to offer assistance. But, I think this is a wicked tactic. This is how they always do. They want to isolate you, crucify you in the media as well, and give you a court-appointed lawyer. And we all know, if you've been in a situation that had a court-appointed lawyer, we all know that they work for the state. And so their job is to get you the plea, get you the worst deal, get the case over with so the docket can continue to roll. And any lawyer can tell me if I'm lying, because just like if you've practiced law for that 30 years, I've had judicial experience for 30 years. And so definitely I know how lawyers work, DAs work, judges work in situations like this. That's why I wanted to be there at 9.
Well, I wonder, he said he's been in the practice for 30 years. I wonder if he have any any lawyer friends he can reach out to and explain the situation to them. And I appreciate the brother, like he's keeping everyone updated and he attended in support of her. But there's definitely more that needs to be done. So yeah.
In the morning, because I know they have a propensity to flip flop, to keep people away from people like Miss Gwendolyn. But I do thank y'all who are calling in support of her and, her plight. Once again, if you do want to assist, I'm going to put that information in the description box so you can assist in that manner. But, thank y'all for supporting me. I'm receiving a lot of calls about this elder abuse as well as the gang stalking that this lady endured. And this is a real thing. And they always paint the picture to look like you are crazy. And there's a brother who came out with the video the other day. I'm going to release that probably tomorrow. He is pretty much what I'm calling an eyewitness of some of the things that she went through, because, he took her mother back and forth to the hospital. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for liking, watching, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And as always, I pray you have peace and blessings.
All right, so there we have it. That is the update for today. Her court hearing was today, and I'm a little bit confused right now, because before, when I did when I did the story in my first video, I was under the impression that she was going and fighting against her KKK neighbors, who they claim was a grand wizard, and she was fighting against him and getting a body cam release of the neighbor confessing that yes, he did indeed break into her property and did the things that she said. I thought we was fighting against that, but now I'm getting more of a sense that it's really about her mom when they said that the state came and kidnapped, well, in their words, kidnapped her mom and took her and put her in another a nursing facility and wasn't getting the proper care. They said that Gwendolyn was not taking proper care of her mom, so they put her in a place that they believed that she would get a proper care. And I was under the impression that they did this in retaliation, just to get back at her because, she's going against the Grand Wizard, the national captain of the KKK, white hate group. So I'm kind of getting a little bit maybe it's just my understanding of it, but I'm getting two things that's going on here. But either way it goes, Gwendolyn needs a proper representation, and I pray that the Lord would send someone in her path that can make a difference in her case and through proper representation. So again, shout out to Taylor House Publishing, and shout out for their support of Gwendolyn, and shout out for anyone else that has offered support, whether it be monetary or going physically to the courthouse and, making your presence known. And while she's in it, well, I was going to say send her some pen pals, write her, but he said that they are withholding mail, and she doesn't have any phone privileges. But we can only go on what I'm only going on what I'm hearing. But I do not know this woman personally. I do not know if she do or don't have kind of mental illnesses, but from what I'm picking up on, it doesn't appear that she does. But like I said, I'm only going on what I'm hearing and what I've heard, but hands-on knowledge, personal knowledge that I've got from the person itself, I don't have that. But anyway, I'm out. That's it. And I will keep you updated. And if I don't keep up with Taylor House Publishing videos, I'm going to put the link to this video in my description. So if you want to keep a more closer watch and following this story, then go over, because it seemed like he's in touch with a person that has personal knowledge of Gwendolyn herself, and I don't know the person that he's referring to. But if you want to keep closer tabs on this through his videos, then his video link will be in the description. And with that, I am out, and I will see you in my next video. So y'all be blessed and be safe, and keep each other in prayer, and let's lift each other up. All right, I'm out. Blessings, y'all.